Work smart, not hard. Welcome, everyone. Let me start with a question. Have you ever felt exhausted at the end of the day, yet when you look back, you wonder what you actually accomplished? You worked hard, you stayed busy, but somehow the needle didn't move forward on what truly matters. Today, we're going to challenge a deeply ingrained belief in our culture, the glorification of being busy. We're going to explore why working hard isn't always the answer, and why working smart is the philosophy that separates those who burn out from those who break through. We live in a world that celebrates hustle culture. We praise the person who works 80-hour weeks. We admire the entrepreneur who sleeps under their desk. We badge of honor our exhaustion. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of that effort is wasted. The average office worker is only productive for about 3 hours per day. The rest? Meetings that could have been emails, tasks that don't move the needle, and busy work disguised as productivity. In the next hour, I'm going to show you a different way, a way to achieve more by doing less, to create better results while reclaiming your time, energy, and sanity. This isn't about being lazy, it's about being strategic. It's about working smart, not hard. Part 1. Understanding the difference. What does working hard really mean? Working hard is about effort, hours, and sweat. It's the traditional industrial age model where more input equals more output. Show up early, leave late, and grind through your task list. But working hard has some critical flaws. 1. It doesn't account for leverage. If you're digging a hole with a spoon, working harder just means digging faster with a spoon. Someone with a shovel will always beat you. 2. It leads to burnout. Your body and mind have limits. Pushing past them consistently doesn't make you a hero. It makes you ineffective and eventually broken. 3. It confuses activity with achievement. Being busy doesn't mean being productive. You can work 12 hours and accomplish nothing meaningful. What does working smart mean? Working smart is about strategy, systems, and leverage. It's asking, is there a better way before diving into action? It's about prioritization, automation, delegation, optimization, and strategic thinking, solving problems at the root rather than treating symptoms. The real-world impact. Let me share a story. 2 software developers work at the same company. Developer A works 60 hours a week, manually testing code and fixing bugs as they appear. Developer B works 35 hours a week, but spends the first week of every project setting up automated testing systems. After 6 months, Developer A is exhausted, stressed, and falling behind. Developer B is relaxed, delivering higher quality work, and has been promoted. Same company, same starting point, radically different outcomes. This is the power of working smart. Part 2. The 5 pillars of working smart. Pillar 1. Strategic prioritization. The Eisenhower Matrix. Not all tasks are created equal. President Eisenhower used a simple matrix to categorize tasks. Urgent and important. Do these now. Crisis management, deadlines. Not urgent but important. Schedule these. Planning, relationships, skill development. Urgent but not important. Delegate these. Interruptions, some emails. Not urgent and not important. Eliminate these. Time wasters, busy work. Most people spend their lives in the urgent quadrant, constantly firefighting. Smart workers live in the important but not urgent quadrant, preventing fires before they start. The 80-20 rule, Pareto principle. In almost every domain, roughly 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. 80% of sales come from 20% of customers. 80% of progress comes from 20% of tasks. 80% of happiness comes from 20% of activities. Your job is to identify that critical 20% and ruthlessly protect it. Practical application. Every morning, ask yourself, if I could only accomplish one thing today, what would make everything else easier or unnecessary? That's your priority. Do it first, before checking email, before meetings, before anything else. Pillar 2, leverage and automation. The power of leverage. Archimedes said, "Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world." In work, leverage means finding ways to multiply your efforts. Technology leverage, tools and software that do in seconds what takes humans hours. Email templates and automation, project management systems, AI assistants and automation platforms, spreadsheet formulas and macros. People leverage, building teams and delegating effectively, hiring virtual assistants, outsourcing non-core tasks, training team members to handle recurring issues. System leverage, creating processes that work without you. Standard operating procedures, checklists and workflows, documentation that enables self-service. Knowledge leverage, learning once, applying forever. Investing in education that compounds, building reusable frameworks, creating templates and systems. The automation audit. Look at your typical week. What tasks do you do repeatedly? What takes time but doesn't require your unique expertise? These are prime candidates for automation or elimination. 1 hour spent building a system can save you 10 hours every month thereafter. That's a 120-to-1 return on investment annually. Pillar 3, energy management over time management. The energy crisis. Time management is important, but energy management is critical. You can have 8 hours available, but if you're exhausted, those hours are worthless. Smart workers understand that energy comes in 4 forms. 1. Physical energy. Sleep 7 to 9 hours consistently. Exercise regularly, even 20 minutes daily makes a difference. Eat for sustained energy, not sugar crashes. Take real breaks, not social media scrolls. 2. Emotional energy. Protect yourself from energy vampires. Cultivate positive relationships. Practice gratitude and perspective. Set healthy boundaries. 3. Mental energy. Do deep work during your peak hours, usually morning. Batch similar tasks together. Minimize context switching. And practice digital minimalism. 4. Spiritual energy. Connect to purpose and meaning. Align work with values. Take time for reflection and engage in activities that energize your soul. The ultradian rhythm. Your brain operates in 90 to 120-minute cycles. Working beyond this without breaks leads to diminishing returns. Smart workers work in focused 90-minute blocks. Take 15 to 20-minute breaks between blocks, and use breaks for actual recovery, like a walk, meditate, or stretch. Limit deep work to 3 to 4 hours per day maximum. Quality over quantity, always. Pillar 4, decision optimization, 5 minutes. Decision fatigue is real. Every decision you make depletes your mental energy. This is why Mark Zuckerberg wears the same outfit daily. He's preserving decision-making capacity for what matters. Strategies to reduce decision load. 1. Create default protocols. Establish rules for recurring situations, like I exercise every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 a.m., or I check email at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. only, or I meal prep on Sundays. 2. Use decision frameworks. Instead of agonizing over every choice, have frameworks, like if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. Or if it costs less than $100 and saves an hour monthly, buy it. Or if I wouldn't be excited about this if it were happening tomorrow, decline. 3. Embrace good enough. Perfectionism is the enemy of done. For most decisions, 80% quality achieved quickly beats 100% quality achieved slowly. 4. Limit options. More choices don't make you happier, they paralyze you. Intentionally constrain your options. The 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. If it takes longer, schedule it or delegate it. This prevents small tasks from cluttering your mental space. Pillar 5. Continuous improvement. The Kaizen philosophy. Kaizen is the Japanese concept of continuous improvement through small, incremental changes. You don't need massive overhauls, you need consistent 1% improvements. If you improve by just 1% every day, you'll be 37 times better in a year. That's the power of compound growth. The weekly review. Set aside 30 minutes every Friday afternoon. What worked well this week? What didn't work? Why? What will I do differently next week? What should I stop, start, or continue? Learning loops. Smart workers extract lessons from every experience. After every project, conduct a post-mortem. After every mistake, ask, what's the system failure here? After every success, ask, how can I replicate this? The 5 whys technique. When something goes wrong, ask why 5 times to get to the root cause. Problem: I missed the deadline. Why? I ran out of time. Why? I underestimated how long it would take. Why? I didn't break the project into smaller tasks. Why? I don't have a good project management system. Why? I've never learned project management skills. Solution: invest in learning project management. This prevents hundreds of future missed deadlines. Part 3. Practical implementation strategies. Strategy 1. The morning ritual. How you start your day determines how your day unfolds. Smart workers own their mornings. The first hour. No phone, no email, no social media. Hydrate immediately. Your brain is 75% water. Move your body, even light stretching. Engage in deep work or strategic thinking. Set intention. What's the one thing I must accomplish today? This single hour, protected daily, will transform your productivity. Strategy 2. The power of no. 3 minutes. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to something important. Smart workers are selective. When to say no. Meetings without clear agendas or necessary participants, projects that don't align with your goals, commitments that drain more than they energize, opportunities that are really distractions. How to say no gracefully. I appreciate you thinking of me, but I'm focused on other priorities right now. Let me check my commitments and get back to you, then actually evaluate. I can't do X, but I could do Y instead. Offer alternative. Remember, people respect boundaries. They don't respect pushovers who overcommit and underdeliver. Strategy 3. Batch processing. Context switching kills productivity. Every time you shift tasks, your brain needs time to adjust. Batch similar tasks. Answer all emails in designated time blocks. Make all phone calls back to back. Do all errands in one trip. Schedule all meetings on specific days. This reduces cognitive load and increases efficiency dramatically. Strategy 4. The 2-hour solution. For complex problems, use focused sprints. 1. Define the problem clearly. 2. Research and gather information. 3. Generate potential solutions. 4. Evaluate and choose the best option. 5. Create an action plan. 2 focused hours often solve problems you've been procrastinating on for weeks. Strategy 5. Build your personal board of advisors. Smart workers don't go it alone. Surround yourself with people who have skills you lack, challenge your thinking, support your growth, provide honest feedback. This could be mentors, peers, coaches, or masterminds. The right people multiply your effectiveness exponentially. Part 4. Overcoming obstacles. Obstacle 1. Guilt and conditioning. The problem. You've been conditioned to believe that if you're not struggling, you're not working hard enough. This is cultural programming, not truth. The solution: reframe success. Measure results, not hours. If you accomplish more in less time, that's mastery, not laziness. Obstacle 2. Imposter syndrome. The problem. When you work smart and things become easier, you might feel like a fraud. Shouldn't this be harder? The solution: recognize that effectiveness feels effortless. When Olympic swimmers glide through water, it looks easy. That's because they're excellent, not because swimming is easy. Obstacle 3. Environmental resistance. The problem. Your workplace culture glorifies long hours and visible busyness. Working smart might be misinterpreted as not caring. The solution: focus on results and communicate them clearly. Set boundaries professionally but firmly. Lead by example. Show others the benefits. Sometimes you need to change environments. Obstacle 4. Perfectionism. The problem. You want everything to be perfect before you act, which leads to paralysis and overthinking. The solution: embrace good enough. Use the 70 rule. If you have 70% of the information and 70% confidence, act. You can adjust as you go. Obstacle 5. Lack of systems. The problem. You're constantly reinventing the wheel, starting from scratch every time. The solution: systematize everything you do more than twice. Create templates, checklists, and processes. Build your personal operating system. Conclusion. Your action plan. The 30-day challenge. Here's how to implement Work Smart, Not Hard starting today. Week 1. Audit and awareness. Track how you spend every hour for 1 week. Identify time wasters, energy drains, and low-value activities. Note when you feel most energized and focused. Week 2. Design your system. Choose your top 3 priorities. Create your morning ritual. Set up one automation or system. Schedule deep work blocks. Week 3. Implement and adjust. Follow your new system. Say no to at least 3 things. Delegate or eliminate one recurring task. Conduct your first weekly review. Week 4. Optimize and expand. Fine-tune what's working. Add another layer of optimization. Share your learnings with others. Celebrate your progress. The one thing. If you remember nothing else from today, remember this. Working smart isn't about doing less. It's about doing what matters. It's about being intentional instead of reactive, strategic instead of busy, effective instead of exhausted. You have one life. Don't spend it on a treadmill of meaningless busyness. Spend it creating value, achieving goals, and living fully. Your next step. Right now, before this motivation fades, do this. 1. Write down your number 1 priority for the next 30 days. 2. Block 2 hours tomorrow morning to work on only that. 3. Identify one thing you'll stop doing this week. 4. Share your commitment with someone who'll hold you accountable. This is where transformation begins. Not someday, not when things calm down. Today, now. Closing, 5 minutes. Final thoughts. The person who works smart doesn't necessarily work less, they work better. They apply effort where it creates maximum impact. They build systems that compound. They protect their energy like the precious resource it is. And here's what's beautiful. Working smart creates a positive spiral. The more you do it, the more time and energy you have. The more time and energy you have, the better decisions you make. The better decisions you make, the better results you get. The better results you get, the more opportunities come your way. Meanwhile, working hard creates a negative spiral. The harder you work, the more exhausted you become. The more exhausted you become, the worse decisions you make. The worse decisions you make, the more problems you create. The more problems you create, the harder you have to work. Choose your spiral wisely. The invitation. This isn't just about productivity, it's about reclaiming your life. It's about being present for the people you love. It's about having energy left at the end of the day to pursue your passions. It's about looking back on your life without regret, knowing you spent it well. You don't need to work harder, you're already doing enough. You need to work smarter. And starting today, you can. Thank you for your time and attention. Now go out there and work smart, not hard. Remember, the goal isn't to do more things, it's to do more of the right things. Now, let's make it happen.